Hello, Natalie here from Best View Mortgages. So, what is a right to buy mortgage? Now, if you live and rent a council house or housing association property, you have the right to acquire or the right to buy your property eventually. So, you can apply. It depends how much discount you want. Obviously, the more discount you get is going to be the longer you've lived in a property. So, I would say around the 5-year mark. That's also given the chance for the property to come up in value a little bit. So I highly recommend that you look after your properties. They may be rented. You may not like your housing association provider and you may not like your council. But at the end of the day, they've provided you with some decent accommodation and they're going to give you the right to purchase it from them. So how it works is if they will usually give you a value based on what it's worth now, what they feel it's worth to you from them. So I tend to advise people go out, get a market value. You're allowed to get estate agents round to get a rough idea. Obviously a bit of a waste of time for an estate agent, but if you know anybody that might do you a favour and pop round and give you a value. So if the market value of property, say, is 150,000, and then you ask the council, they may say that their value is 140,000. But because you've been living in there, they're going to apply a discount to that 140,000, and the purchase price is going to come down to 120,000. So that means they're allowing you to buy the house for £120,000, even though actually on the open market it's worth 150. Now that means the open market value is quite important because that is the value that the lenders will probably give it. So that means you don't have to put a deposit down generally because they're already giving you a bit of equity there. So it's brilliant for getting yourself on the property ladder when you own a housing association or council house property. But bearing in mind that you need to get your credit file good. So it's worth planning for these things. So make sure everything's paid on time, make sure you don't get to arrears with any rent, any of your commitments. Plan ahead for 3 years, for example. Once you decide you want to proceed, roughly work out what the prices are going to be and the value. Ask your council or housing association how you start the process of your right to acquire or right to buy. They'll send the forms out, send people out to assess your property. Now, if you've been in the property, say, for 3 years and you've home improved it yourself, which some people do, if you can actually show the valuer that the council sends around the bits you've done, so it's worth taking photos of before and after. They may discount the fact that you've put a new bathroom in. They may discount that you've kept the property in really good condition or carpeted it, all those sorts of things. So it's worth looking after your property in the hope that you will be able to acquire it one day. And then you have to keep the property for 5 years after you've purchased it. This is because the council or the housing association have the right to take back their discount if you try and sell it within 5 years or move, etc. So they tend to be a long-term plan thing. So I would highly recommend that you get into the property. Once you're in the property you like and love, then look at making a plan over the next few years to get all your debts in order, your credit file in order. Make sure your income's good, or you're in a regular job, or you're self-employed and you submit your accounts and they're good to support a mortgage. So if you need any help with doing figures for a right to buy or a right to acquire, then please get in touch with Best View Mortgages. Please like and subscribe to our channels and please share. Thank you.